Okay, let's picture this. You've just spent, I don't know, 20 hours maybe, pouring everything into a new video. The script felt great, editing was spot on, you hit upload,
Yeah.
and then nothing.
Silence.
Exactly. Crickets. You check back later, 50 views, maybe 0 comments. If that feels familiar, like you're just shouting into the void,
Yeah.
well, you're not alone. You're basically in the 90% club.
Yeah, that feeling, that demoralization, it's almost universal for new creators. It feels personal, but it's often, systemic.
And that's really why we wanted to do this deep dive.
Absolutely. We want to get past the usual advice like, oh, just make better videos. That doesn't really help.
No.
Our mission here is to break down the, let's call them top 5 brutal truths, the real reasons why 9 out of 10 channels just fizzle out. And this isn't guesswork. It's based on actual data, analytics, what works in high-performing scripts.
Okay, so the goal for everyone listening is, by the end of this, you'll get those 5 big pitfalls, but also the fixes. We want you to walk away with a clear framework, maybe even like a 1-week action plan you can use to audit your own channel and start plugging those leaks.
Let's jump right in. The first one is maybe the biggest killer, but it's invisible. We call it the patience trap.
Ah, yes, the patience trap, the one nobody wants to hear about because we all want results now.
Exactly. Instant gratification.
But the sources are pretty clear, aren't they? That emotional burnout, that exhaustion, it's a huge barrier. The data mentions, 65% of creators who stall? They point right at demoralization. Seeing tiny results for massive effort just grinds you down.
It's a huge psychological hurdle. But here's the thing. The data really hammers home. Persistence isn't just nice to have. It's like the algorithm's entry fee. What's really striking is the timeline. It can take, get this, 1 to 2 years and often over 100 videos before the algorithm really starts to trust your channel, before it starts reliably pushing your stuff out.
Wow, 100 videos.
Yeah, we see it constantly. Successful creators often talk about needing that 100 video mark
Yeah.
just to hit their first 1,000 subscribers.
Okay, 100 videos. If you're listening and you have a full-time job, maybe kids, that number sounds daunting, like almost impossible. How does the data suggest someone navigates that without just giving up after video 10?
Well, that commitment level is why most people quit. So the fix has to be psychological, but it needs an action plan. You commit to what the sources call a proof phase.
Okay.
Set a realistic short-term goal. Forget the 100 for now. Say, I'm going to upload 1 video a week for the next 30 weeks, no matter the views.
Right. Focus on the process, not the immediate outcome.
Exactly. And shift your focus. Don't obsess over subs. Celebrate the tiny wins.
Yeah.
Maybe your retention ticked up 10% on one video's intro. Focus on just one key metric you can control, like average watch time, and track that improvement.
So break down the marathon into manageable sprints. Makes sense. But okay, even if you commit to the long haul, you still need to know what to actually film for those 100 videos, right?
Precisely.
Which leads us straight into the next big channel killer. Inconsistent uploads and niche drift.
Oh, niche drift. It's absolute kryptonite for your audience and for the algorithm.
Why is it so bad?
Because the algorithm thrives on clarity. Needs to know who your videos are for. If you're doing gaming tips one week, then a travel vlog the next, then maybe some cooking, it gets confused.
And the viewers get confused too, presumably.
Totally. They subscribe for factor A, and now you're giving them B, C, and D. They stop clicking. They stop watching. Your viewer retention tanks. The data shows it often drops below 40% really fast when you drift.
Below 40%. Ouch.
Yeah, and the platform sees that. It sees that subscribers aren't engaging with the new, unrelated stuff, and it learns not to show your videos, even to your own subs.
So the message is, lock it down. Stay tight in your niche. What's the practical hack here, especially when you hit those moments of, ugh, what do I film next?
First, define that niche tightly. Not just AI, but maybe AI tools for beginner graphic designers.
Yeah.
Get specific. Then, the technical hack is batching.
Ah, batch production.
Yes. Plan and film, say, 4 videos at once. Maybe script 4, film 2 weekends in a row. It saves a ton of setup and editing time.
Right.
And it guarantees you can maintain that consistent schedule, maybe posting once or twice a week, same day, same time. Predictability helps.
And tools. Any recommendations there?
Definitely use tools like TubeBuddy or vidIQ. They're great for validating your focused video ideas before you film. Check the keyword search volume. See what people are actually looking for within your niche. Don't waste 20 hours on a guess.
Okay, so batching helps maintain consistency even when life throws curveballs. Good tip. All right, let's shift gears. We've talked mindset, patience, consistency, niche. Now let's get into the technical side, the actual execution. Because even with the right niche and commitment, things can still fall flat. This is weak hooks and optimization gaps.
This is huge. This is often where failure happens before anyone even watches a second of your video.
Because of the thumbnail and title.
Exactly. If your title and thumbnail don't grab attention, if they don't make someone click, nothing else matters. Your video won't get the impressions it needs to even have a chance. We're looking for a click-through rate, the CTR, in that 5% to 10% range.
That's the 10%. Okay.
If it's lower than that, your impressions just evaporate. And honestly, most creators' titles and thumbnails are, well, kind of snooze fests.
Okay, snooze fests. How do we avoid the snooze fest then? What are the must-do optimization points?
Two things are critical. First, the hook, the actual start of your video. You absolutely must grab the viewer in the first, say, 15 seconds.
15 seconds, that's it.
That's your window. Use a startling question, a bold claim, a surprising stat, something that immediately answers, what's in it for me? The data shows this combats that infamous 8-second attention span and captures something like 70% of the viewers who might otherwise click away early.
Wow, okay, nail the first 15 seconds, crucial. What about the packaging, the title and thumbnail we mentioned?
That's the second part, equally critical. We've seen A/B tests, real examples where a creator changed a title from something bland like My Day Making Cookies to something specific and problem-focused, like the $10K mistake killing your kitchen business.
Yeah.
Views literally tripled.
Huge difference.
It is. For thumbnails, use high-contrast visuals, maybe a clear shot of your face showing emotion, bold, easy-to-read text. And for the description box, front-load your main keywords in the first couple of lines. Help YouTube search understand what the video is about instantly.
Makes sense. That packaging gets the click, gets eyes on the video, but then you need to keep them there, which brings us to the structure, right? You always say optimization gets the click, but structure earns the view.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Watch time is king.
Yeah.
It's arguably the single most important metric for the recommendation engine.
Why watch time specifically?
Because YouTube wants to keep people on the platform longer. If your video consistently keeps people watching, especially past the 50% duration mark, that's a massive signal to the algorithm. It says, hey, people like this, show it to more people like them.
And the fascinating thing from the sources is that there seems to be a sort of blueprint for success here, like an anatomy of a high-performing video structure.
There really is. High-performing videos, especially informational ones, are often under 15 minutes, and they tend to follow a clear arc: problem, solution, recap. It's concise, delivers value quickly, and respects the viewer's time.
And that structure alone can make a difference.
A big one. The data suggests well-structured scripts can boost watch time by up to 40%. But structure isn't just the overall arc, it's the micro-pacing within the video.
Micro-pacing?
Yeah, you need to use what are called pattern interrupts. Think quick cuts, changing visuals, B-roll footage popping up, maybe text on screen, even just asking a direct question to the audience. Do something visually or auditorially different every 10 to 15 seconds.
Keep things moving.
Especially for the mobile audience watching on small screens with tons of distractions. These interrupts keep pulling their attention back, maintaining flow, particularly during denser bits of information.
Okay, so structure and pacing are key for watch time. Now let's move from making the video to understanding how it performed. Which brings us neatly to reason #4, ignoring data and the burnout that often follows.
Analytics. We talk about them, but so many creators either don't look or they look at the wrong things, like just vanity metrics.
Right, like only looking at subs and views.
Exactly. Flying blind like that is a direct route to burnout because you keep making the same mistakes. If your audience retention chart shows a huge drop-off at the 2-minute mark consistently, video after video,
your data is screaming at you.
It's waving a massive red flag. It's telling you something's wrong there. Maybe your pacing is off. Maybe you didn't deliver on the promise of your title fast enough. Ignoring that objective feedback means you just keep spinning your wheels, putting in effort for diminishing returns. That's burnout fuel.
So the fix here is discipline analysis.
Mandatory weekly audits. Seriously. Sit down. Look at the retention graphs. Look at CTR. Look at traffic sources. Ask, what worked this week? What totally bombed? And why?
I also liked that the sources touched on practical ways to ease the workload, which is a huge factor in burnout. Things like outsourcing.
Yeah, that was a great point. If editing is draining you, consider outsourcing it. Platforms like Fiverr have skilled editors who can do a solid job for maybe $20, $30 a video. Suddenly, you've freed up hours.
And potentially doubled your output.
Exactly. That 2x output can be huge for building momentum, especially in that early proof phase we talked about. And don't forget the community aspect.
Right, accountability.
The data suggests that connecting with other creators, maybe through communities like Reddits or YouTubers, finding an accountability partner that can actually cut creator burnout by something like 50%.
50% just by connecting.
Yeah, it makes the journey less isolating. It's about building a sustainable system for creation, not just relying on sheer willpower, which always runs out eventually.
Very true. Okay, final reason. Reason #5. Blaming external factors or algorithm changes. We've all done it, right? Views are down. The algorithm must hate me today.
Yes. The classic creator complaint. And look, sometimes platforms do change. Algorithms get tweaked. Things happen outside your control.
Like what kind of things?
Well, think about occasional shifts, maybe like that dip in desktop views some people saw back around August 2025, possibly linked to some ad block or browser updates. Things like that can cause sudden, sharp drops, maybe 30% overnight. For some channels focus heavily on desktop.
Okay, so external shocks are real. How do you deal with that volatility without just throwing your hands up?
Adaptability. The evidence is really consistent on this. Creators who were already diversifying their content, who weren't just relying on long-form desktop views, they were buffered.
How so?
Their losses were often offset by activity on mobile, and especially by short-form content. The clear adaptability fix now is diversify your output. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
So practically speaking,
Dedicate a real portion of your effort, maybe 30%, to creating shorts or similar vertical video and cross-post. Use your shorts to drive discovery for your longer videos, and vice versa. Recent reports, like from 2025, suggest shorts are driving as much as 50% of all channel discoveries now.
50%. Wow. Okay, so diversification isn't just a nice to have anymore. It's basically mandatory for resilience.
Pretty much. So the core insight really across all 5 points comes back to this. The algorithm ultimately rewards things you can control. Watch time, audience satisfaction, consistency, quality. It doesn't reward complaining about external mechanics. Focus inward. Improve the content.
Focus on what you can control. Got it. Okay, so let's recap the big 5. Lack of patience, niche drifting consistency, weak hooks and optimization, ignoring data, and the blame game lack of adaptability.
That's the gauntlet.
So here's the challenge for you listening. For the next week, just 7 days, pick one of these areas where you feel weakest. Maybe it's patience, commit to that schedule. Maybe it's hooks, really work on those first 15 seconds. Maybe it's data, commit to that audit.
Just pick one.
Then, batch maybe 2 videos focused tightly on your niche. Optimize the heck out of those titles and thumbnails. Upload them on schedule. And then 48 hours later, do that audit. Look at the numbers.
That's the actionable step. That's what makes the difference. And remember those 5 pillars for growth. Patience, consistency, hooks, data, adaptability. Master those, and you really do shift your odds from the 90% who stall to the 10% who build something sustainable.
And just to wrap this part up, remember that converting watchers to actual subscribers, that often comes down to that structural science we talked about. Nailing the hook, yes, but also things like timing your call to action effectively. Maybe after the main value delivery, post-climax. Getting that structure right can genuinely lift your sub-conversion rate, maybe 15–25%.
Absolutely. And that leads perfectly into a final thought, something provocative for you to chew on. Our sources are noting how AI tools are getting really good at streamlining creation. They can help outline scripts, suggest pacing, nail that problem solution arc, basically automating some of the science we discussed.
Right, making the structure easier.
But the data also shows that human authenticity is still the critical edge. Viewers can often sniff out generic, purely AI-generated content, and engagement drops, like by 25% when they do.
Interesting tension there.
It raises a big question for the future, doesn't it? If the science of making a well-structured video becomes largely automated and available to everyone, how will creators maintain that vital human authenticity? How will you cut through the noise and keep building a real connection with your audience when the robots can handle the structure? Something to think about.